to get with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle, and Tim will be here in a little bit. We don't have too big of a slate to go over, though. We have 2 games in the NHL. We got 1 game in NFL, Monday Night Football, and we got 4 games in the NBA. And we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate. See what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And after what was Saturday, yesterday was much better, much better. It could have been much more better if I could have gotten a couple of things to swing my way. A couple of my losses were just ugly losses, but a couple of my wins were lucky wins. So NFL yesterday was amazing, 8-2, 4.32 units. Cleveland Browns plus 6.5 gets the job done there. They have a nice little comeback win, and the plus 239 winner. So the money line came through as well. Put some respect on the Cleveland Browns name. And this is probably a team that maybe sometime this week you'll see me bet futures with, because I think this team's legit. If Deshaun Watson starts playing the way he was yesterday, and this defense can step it up. Now the defense didn't look great like yesterday, but when your offense can step it up like that, that's impressive. And now the Browns are down to 12-1 and 25-1. So you could have gotten a lot better of numbers a little while ago. Still might grab some 12-1 and 25-1 for Cleveland Browns to win the AFC and to win the Super Bowl this year. They were very, very impressive yesterday. Bengals team total over 26.5 was a winner. The full game over 46.5 was a winner. Since you got my team total, and they lost the football game, it was a great thing. Tim gave out I remember he gave out the Texans yesterday, and we have the last place Cincinnati Bengals, which is fun to say, because Pittsburgh won yesterday and Cleveland won, so now Cincinnati has sole possession of the last place in the AFC North. I think they're gonna be on the outside looking in, and it's gonna be games like this. That's the reason why. One of my biggest plays of the day, I had them plus 125, and then I end up doubling down on them, grabbing the plus 3, the Minnesota Vikings. I got plus money back in this team at home because Joshua Dobbs is awesome. Like I don't understand why we're looking at why they were dogs in the first place. Like the Saints shouldn't have been laying points on the road. And the Vikings are. I don't think Dobbs is that far of a step down from Kirk Cousins. I really don't. So my double down on the Vikings comes through. That was my favorite play of the weekend, was the Vikings. And they come through. The Chargers do not. The 4 o'clocks were not good. Chargers plus 125, Giants plus 17.5. That Giants play, I knew it when I bet it was a loser. I don't know why I did it, but it is what it is. And Chargers lost on the last second field goal. Luckily for the Cappers contest, that was a 3. So I ended up pushing the Cappers contest, which I'm 3-0-1 heading into tonight's game, which we'll get into tonight's game. I am on the Bills for the contest as my last pick of the week, 3-0-1. The Browns got the job done. The Panthers got the job done. The Vikings got the job done. Chargers did not, or the Chargers pushed. And then to end the night, Jets, Raiders first half under 17.5, full game under 36, as primetime unders have now hit 10 in a row, and 14 of 15. It's been a great streak of primetime unders, and you already know we're on them tonight. So there's the full NFL breakdown. A little spoiler there. So overall, 8-2 in the NFL. Really good NFL day. The NBA 2-0, up 1.20 units. Indiana, Philadelphia over 237 was a winner. And Denver, Houston under 216 was a winner. I was looking back at my numbers for the NBA. Since November started, I'm 24-7, and I'm 11-1 in my last 12 spread bets. The NBA has been my best sport in November. It's been weird. And I usually don't bet anything until the morning of. So that's kind of interesting there. But another 2-0 day in the NBA. The NHL was 3-2, and it should have been 5-0. It legitimately should have had. If you cut off the last 30 seconds of both those games, I go 5-0 in the NHL. We had the Dallas Stars minus 111. Marc-Andre Fleury, hang it up. You're done. You're washed. You're a wilted flower. Hang it up. He gives up 8 goals yesterday, and the Stars and the over was as easy as it gets. The fact that Marc-Andre Fleury still gets starts in the NHL boggles my mind. He's like Zach Greinke. He's a Zach Greinke of the NHL. He had a great career. Hall of Famer. Hang it up. Columbus, New York under 6.5. The Rangers score the third goal to tie it up at 3 with 11.1 seconds left. Loser on that one. And that was about 10, 15 minutes after Montreal and Vancouver went over in the stupidest way. It was 3-1 Canucks with 90 seconds left. The Canucks get an empty net goal to make it 4-1. Montreal gets a goal to make it 4-2. And with 18 seconds left, Vancouver gets another empty net goal to make it 5-2. And it goes over. Those are my 2 losses yesterday in the NHL, where I lost an under in the last 20 seconds. It's absolutely frustrating. The Ducks came through, though, -1. The Ducks -1 came through. So after that was the most pissed I've ever been for a day like this. But NCAA, 4-1. Purdue, Fort Wayne, Mastodons -3.5. They win by, I think, 20. I did a free pick video on that against Texas A&M Commerce. The Merrimack Warriors +10. They went outright. NC Central Eagles +20. They lose by 10. They cover. UC Riverside Highlanders +8.5. That was the lone loser. And Weber State +16 against St. Mary's. They go into St. Mary's and win that game outright. So overall 4-1, up 1.45 units in NCAAM. 17-5 overall, up 7.89 units. In the month of November, 142, 133, and 6, up 11.35 units. So we're still having a very good November. It would have been amazing if we just took out Saturday out of the mix completely. But still a good run in November so far, and we'll look to continue it going here. I've already moved on both NHL games. I'm looking to move on maybe team totals on both of them as well. And I've already moved on the NFL game, and I'm probably going to bet a game or 2 in the NBA. So, and I've already moved on 2 NCAA games as well. But we'll head into the chat here, and then we will get into the slate. Tim's on his way home. Hopefully he'll be here soon. Me too. Yes, sir. What's good, Justin? Got a 5-teamer going. Michi plus 105 is one of them. Let me get up. I have to get up my Google Sheets for all my stuff, because when I restarted my computer this morning, all my tabs disappeared. All right, let's see. Michi, I have about 3 points of value there on Michigan. I have Michigan as a 1-point favorite in that game, and they're a 2-point dog. If you can get above that 2.5 number, I'd be interested in Michigan. There. Turned 36 yesterday. Oh, geez, happy birthday, man. No, I don't have any of the weird videos Dave has to play. So yeah, there you go. All the happy birthdays in the chat. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Tim A, NBA, and we have college basketball as well. Yep, I got to 2 plays in college basketball there. I hit a 5-legger: Steelers, Vikings, Niners, Canucks, and Rangers. Wow. And that Rangers, that had you sweating. There you go. Damn, Nathan, you old, yeah. Site plays did go 7-5, up 2.19 units. It was a good day on the site. Nice little bounce back day yesterday. Hit another yesterday. Barcelona money line and over 2.5. Inter and both teams to score in that game. All right. And the Stacks Pod from Justin is Michigan team total over. So there you go, Nathan. We have another person in the chat who is liking those Wolverines on the hardwood. But we will move into the ice. We have 2 games on the ice tonight, and we're going to get it started here in Edmonton. This game starts at 8:30. So we have 2 games tonight. One starts at 8:30. The other one starts at 10. So we have 2 games, and they start later. So we'll be. I'll definitely have my eye on this one. I've already bet both the first 2 games here. We have the New York Islanders and the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers are minus 165 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot here. Where we go. Where we had this line open up at a minus 163. It's up to a 166. So a movement towards the Oilers here. Line opened up at a 6.5 at plus 109. It's now a 6.5 at even money. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Oilers. We have 20% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the Islanders. So the big bet's coming in on the Isles here in this one. 81% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the over in this game. Let me get up my Google Sheets for this game. My NHL. There's the NHL. All right. I have this game projected at around 7.92 goals. We have 2 goalies coming in struggling a little bit this year, and the Islanders defensively have really struggled. They've given up 30.81 expected goals against on average the last 10 games. So this is a team that is giving up a lot of chances. On the flip side, the Oilers, they have been playing a little bit better as of late. They got the win over Seattle. They should have gotten the win over San Jose. I mean, it's not like they've been playing bad. They've been outperforming. They've been outplaying their opponents. And it's just been the same thing year after year after year after year with them here. And that is the goaltending. That is the ultimate problem here. Now, the Edmonton Oilers did fire Jake Woodcroft after last game against Seattle. So he is no longer the head coach. And then they did hire who was it? They hired Chris Noblanche. He was the AHL Hartford head coach for the Rangers affiliate there. So it'll be their first game with them, which is going to pump me off of betting the Isles money line, because I do think the Isles money line has some value in this game at the plus price tag. Also, you got to keep in mind the Isles against favorites have not been very good this year. As dogs have not been good this year. However, 2.5 I think is too low of a team total for the Islanders here. And this is what I'm kind of looking at for both these games is the underdog team total. And I am actually going to move on both these underdog team totals for these games. But I'm going to be on the Islanders team total over 2.5 at minus 135. And I'm on the full game over 6. I got it at plus 104. The Islanders, this is a different Islanders team this year. Where they may not have been scoring as many goals, but they're playing more overs. They're playing more overs this year than they have in years past. Now, granted, 5 and 7 over under, but the Islanders are only 12th in goals allowed this year. Usually they're a top 5 team, and they're still 28th in goals for at 2.6. So they've been struggling this season a lot. But this is a Oilers team that is really not looked particularly great, and defensively has been where they've given up 4.2 goals per game, which is 31st in the NHL. I believe only the San Jose Sharks have given up more goals than these Edmonton Oilers. So I do think this is a nice little giver. Actually, now the Oilers are 30th. There's 2 teams lower than them, the San Jose Sharks and the Minnesota Wild. I forgot about the Wild there. But I think this is a good get-right spot for the New York Islanders offensively in this game. I have them project. I think both these underdog team totals should be 3.5s. And seeing that we're getting 2.5, I see value on those numbers. So I am going to be on the Islanders team total over 2.5 at minus 135. I'm on the full game over 6.5 as well. I do not trust the Islanders to win this game. Would it shock me to see Edmonton win 5-3? Absolutely not, which is why I'm taking the team total over rather than the money line for the Islanders here in this one, because I could see this being 4-3, 5-3 Edmonton. So for me, it's just the Islanders team total over and the full game over here in the spots. And Tim was on the Oilers puck on. Yeah, that makes sense. Lost a 4-teamer. Lost it because of the Rangers puck line. Oh. Yeah, my golden years are gone. Oh, man. Yeah. Shout out to Tim. Go Sabres. There you go. What's cracking with the Kraken tonight? That is a good transition here. Colorado Avalanche minus 145 in Seattle, total 6.5 in this spot. And these two games are very similar in my eyes. Let's get into it here. This line opened up at minus 150. It has gone down though, down to minus 144. Line opened up with a 6.5 at plus 104. It's still a 6.5 at plus 104. We have 25% of the tickets and 65% of the cash coming in on the Kraken. We have 57% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. I have this game projected at a 7. So I do think this is an over game here as well. I did bet the over 6.5 at plus 104. I'm also on the Kraken team total over 2.5 at minus 140. I have the Kraken projected about a pick 'em in this spot, but here's the thing though is both these favorites come into these games tonight with motivation, and in non really bet against spots. This is why I'm going the team total routes rather than the money line routes with these dogs, because it wouldn't surprise me to see both these underdogs score 3 goals tonight and lose the game still. The Colorado Avalanche are coming in off of that 8-2 ass whooping against the St. Louis Blues at home. Now they are dealing with injuries. This is a Colorado Avalanche team that is dealing with injuries right now. Lankinen is not available tonight. Cogliano is questionable. Landeskog is still out. So this is a team dealing with injuries here. They should still win this game. These are both teams where both favorites should win tonight, but the favorites are too big of favorites according to my numbers, though. So both favorites should win tonight, but I think there's still value on the underdogs. Is kind of the way this slate looks. So I'm on the Kraken team total over 2.5. I'm on the full game over 6.5 in this one as well. I think both these games go over. I think we see the dogs score at least 3 goals each. So that is NHL for today. We got those 2 games. Head over to the chat here. Tim's on the Avs puck line. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. Would it be wrong if at 36 I'm gonna lean towards yes. At 36, I would lean towards yes. Listen, Mark. Good morning to the better looking twin. Good morning, Jesse. How are you doing? I'm not on screen though, Jesse. No, yeah. Islanders in regulation. All right. Damn right I do. There you go. And wow. There you go. But we will head into the NFL for tonight. The Buffalo Bills are taking on the Denver Broncos. Bills minus 7 favorites, total 47.5. Let's get into the line history here in the NFL tonight, where we have the Buffalo Bills. They opened up as 9-point favorites in this game. They're now a 7. Line opened up at a 46. It's up to a 47.5. So the line has moved towards the over, and it's moved towards the Broncos here in this spot here. Let's take a look. We have 86% of the tickets, 92% of cash is on the under, and we have 17% or 40% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the Broncos, which does make me a little bit nervous here in this spot. But for this game, we have. It makes sense that the money is coming in on the Broncos, because when people see what the Broncos have done what the Broncos have done is they're coming in off a win against the Kansas City Chiefs, and people bet what they last remember. They're coming in off of a win over the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Broncos and the Bills are coming in off of a loss against the Bengals. The Bills lost their second game in 3 and they haven't covered in 5 in a row. They lost outright as 5.5-point favorites against Jacksonville in London. They won 14-9 as 15.5-point favorites against the Giants. They lost 29-25 as 8.5-point dogs against New England. They won 24-18 as 10-point favorites against Tampa Bay. And they lost 24-18 as 1.5-point dogs against Cincinnati. So this is a Bills team that has not covered a spread since that 48-20 win over the Dolphins. And on the flip side, the Broncos are on back-to-back wins. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. Previous to that, they lost to the Chiefs and the Jets. This is still a team that I do not trust in these Denver Broncos. And I think this is a good buy low spot here for the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills win this game and win this game going away. I could see something along the lines of 31-10, 31-14. 27-13, something along those lines. I think they win by double digits. I don't think the Broncos crack 20 points in this game. And I get it. The Bills have injuries on their defensive side of the football, but unfortunately, the team total for the Broncos is 19.5. I would have wanted it a little bit higher. But for me, I'm gonna be on the Bills. I got the Bills at -7. I got the first half and full game under as well. It is a primetime game. I got the under here at 47 earlier in the week, so I got a bad line there, and 23 for the first half under in this game. The Bills are my last pick for the Cappers contest this week. Looking to go 4-0-1 in the Cappers contest. So I'm on Buffalo and the under in this spot here for this game. We'll head over to the chat. Go. And welcome, Tim.
Hello.
Just in time, we're about to start the NBA.
Cool.
There we go. Markel saying Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's hide. Bills first half, I don't mind that at all. JK, I'm on the under. Yo. It's good show. Kryptonite. Yeehaw. All the money's on the Bills, but the lines move big towards the Broncos. All the money's not on the Bills. 40% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the Broncos. So I wouldn't say that. That's enough to keep me off the Bills, even though I wanted them. Yep. Did the Giants throw in the towel already? I mean, the Giants threw in the towel when they've had all these injuries, so I wouldn't be. Yeah. You got to keep in mind the Giants are still in a rebuild. Last year was just a good year for them. This is the second year under a new regime, under a new head coach, and it happens. I mean, you're in a rebuild. You've been so I expect the Giants to be like true contenders in like 2 or 3 years. So they're still in a rebuild here. Islanders, Avalanche, both in regulation plus 550. Won't talk you off of that. You can really tell who the better looking one is now. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm here, you can see that's me.
Fine. Zero. Yeah. Just in time, Tim, because we could talk NBA, and I don't know if you heard in the top of the show there. We have a new NBA expert on this channel because since
I was listening.
November 1st, 24-7 run in the NBA. But let's get into this one here. The New York Knicks are at the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are 9-point home favorites, total of 222 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot where it opened up at an 8. It's up to a 9. So the line's moved a point towards Boston. Line opened up at a 224. It's down to a 222. So it moved towards the under here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game where we have 35% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the New York Knicks. Yet this line's moved towards the Celtics, which is interesting here. So the big bets are coming in on the Knicks, and the books are showing no fear towards it. 71% of the tickets and 55% of the cash is on the over. But yet this line is moved down. Kind of tells me that this line's moving down, and once again, the money's coming on the over, and the books are showing no fear here. The Knicks have been a decent under team this year. They're 3-6 to the under. Boston's 5-4 to the over. Both these teams have been pretty decent this year. The Knicks are off to a 5-4 start, and the Celtics are off to a 7-2 start. When these two, The Celtics are off of back-to-back wins. They've gone under in 3 in a row. The Knicks have gone over in 2 in a row. They played Charlotte and San Antonio, though, 2 really good over teams so far this year, I believe. So for me, if I had to get to anything into this game, it's the under at 222. But I don't think I'm getting involved with this game. Let me get up my Google Sheets for this one so I can have my projected number for this game. I forgot to do that. My number for this game was Celtics minus 7.5. So I see a little bit of value with the Knicks, not enough for me to bet it. So I lean under. No play here.
I will say today's card is kind of gross. When you have a 9-point favorite, a 10-point favorite, a 9-point favorite, and that's 3 out of the 4 games. It's not a slate that I'm going to be too interested in. We're lucky. It's kind of a light day today. I'm not going to get super heavy involved in this one. I'm not laying with the Celtics, but the Celtics could easily win this one game by double digits. So I'm not touching the Knicks either. As for a total, maybe you lean towards the under, but the Knicks just played yesterday. I could see them being a little bit slower on defense, and I don't know. This is once again I'm not going crazy today when it comes to plays, so this is going to be one that I kind of just stay off of.
Fair enough. I gotta track a few things, so we're right there.
Fuck them. Happy late birthday, Nathan. You guys going to Papapalooza 3? I'm not. I don't think I am.
I wish I could. I really do.
But we got another vacation planned for the summer, so unfortunately with my other job I don't have enough days off. So maybe next year. NBA, no betting allowed. Kind of today. I like one play in the NBA today, I'll be honest. Best bet of the night, Kraken team total over 2.5.
I am on the Kraken team total. I think that the Avalanche end up winning the game, but the Kraken could put up 3 goals.
There you go. Want to move on to this game?
Sure. Let me click back onto the stream. There we go. Toronto Raptors are 9.5-point favorites in this game, total of 229.5. Well, let's get into this game here. It's actually back up to a 10. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's up to a 10. Line opened up at a 227. It's up to a 229.5. So we have a move towards the over and a move towards these Raptors. 51% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Wizards. We get the lines move towards the Raptors. 67% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the over in this game, and the line has moved towards that over. The Wizards have been a really good over team this year, and why is that? Because they give up points. They actually did play an under in their last game against Brooklyn in that 102-104 loss where they did not cover the number yesterday. But previous to that, 124, 116, 146, 121, 130, 126, 106, and 143. This team just gives up points, and more points. Granted, on the flip side, Toronto has been a little bit more of an under team this year, but they have gone over in 2 of their last 3 games. They did stay under against Boston in that 117-94 loss. But previous to that, they beat Dallas 127-116, and they beat San Antonio 113-116 as well. And those 2 scores would get over this total. I mean, I don't want to back the Raptors in this spot. It's just that line's way too big. I see value on the Wizards in this spot. I have this game at around a 7.5. Am I laying this number with the Raptors? Absolutely not. Am I interested in backing the Wizards? Probably not either. Have the Raptors really covered a number like this year? They would have covered that against Dallas. But they were 10-point favorites against Portland and lost that one outright. That was the only time they've been a double-digit favorite this year. Overall, as a favorite, they covered 2 out of 3 of them against San Antonio, against Minnesota to start the year. And then their only loss as a favorite was against Portland there. It would be Wizards or nothing for me. Kind of think this game can go over in this spot. With the amount of points that the Wizards are giving up. The only question is, do the Raptors do enough to push this game over the total? Their team total is at 119.5. I can see it. I lean over in this game.
You got a Wizards team that is playing 7 into the over. And the main reason why is they are allowing 123.8 points a game, and they're scoring 116.2 points a game. The thing that's going to keep me off of this is the Raptors are not an over team. And if the Raptors are going to control this game, because they're a 10-point favorite, you got to think that they're going to control this game a little bit. They're 4-5 over under record. And in terms of scoring wise, their defense is number 7 in the league, and their offense is second to last. So these are two teams on opposite sides of the spectrum in terms of offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency. So once again, this is going to be a gross card. I am going to have one play tonight, and it's not in this game. I think it's going to be in the next game. It's going to be in the next game we talk about.
Fair enough. Back to the chat then.
Yep. Damn. Under 49.5 and Broncos team total under 30.5. Parlay boosted. There you go.
Oh, my God.
What's your other job? Is it public? I work at Costco. There you go. That's my other job. I do it from 5 to 10 a.m. That's why I'm a little bit late to show sometimes, because Nick has class and then I get home. So 5 to 10 a.m. I wake up early now. That's why I'm not really on the late night shows anymore. So I haven't been for a while. Fucking Ravens, man. Yeah.
How about them Browns?
More importantly, because I forgot to mention this one. Yes, I forgot to talk about the recap with you.
Keaton Mitchell plus 425, and I called the Texans outright. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. My plays ended up going 3-1-1 for the parlay. For the not parlay, but contest. I'm on the Raptors team total over. No defense. Still ain't nothing changing. Yeah, I mean, I'm still not going after it because of the splits. That's crazy how FBG Duck got smoked. He was young last year. No clue what you're talking about. I thought you said you had 10 units on Kraken. Didn't you say that yesterday? Not coming at you. Just want to know because I don't cap or watch hockey. He was trash. Frito. You were exaggerating. Uriah was definitely pushing the Kraken as the play, and I still am. But I'm not betting a side after seeing Jared Bedard's full presser. Jared Bednar.
What happened there?
He was probably pissed on how they got absolutely blown out by the Blues.
Yeah, I would be pissed too. So makes sense. You talking about Frito Santana, right? I have no clue what you're talking about. They're both trash. I love Cuss. Yeah, it's okay. You guys are making me feel like a lazy fucker doing all this shit and having a real job. Yeah, I never had a real job in my life, unless you count teaching kindergarten or working on a fishing trawler, deadliest catch style.
That counts as a job.
I would count those. Well, yeah, I get the sauce. Raptors Wizards under. Good luck to you. I'm not touching an under in a Wizards game. I'm not going to touch the over either. Yes, Nick, it was beyond piss. Bednar, has never spoken like that about this team ever. Well, I hope he got his point across then. Let's jump into this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Milwaukee Bucks 9-point favorites, total 227.5 in this game. Once again, another big favorite, and I think this is one I can probably look to bet against. I think we have this line opened up at an 8. It's up to a 9, so it has moved towards the Bucks. Line opened up at a 229. It's down to a 227.5, and it's moved towards the under here in this spot. We have 56% of the tickets, 59% of the cash is on the Bulls. Yet this line's moved up, which is kind of confusing. We have 54% of the tickets and 73% of the cash is on the over, and yet this line's moved down. Maybe the under is the better play in this game here. I have this game at my number for this one was a 6, so I see value with the 9. But I don't like the way the money is coming in on Chicago a little bit, and the line's moving the opposite way. Milwaukee has been a straight bet against for me this year. Maybe I just continue to bet against them. I had Orlando. I had Indiana. I did not get to Detroit, but I did have Brooklyn. I did have New York against them. I did have Toronto against them. I've been just straight betting against them all season long. And maybe I just go ahead and continue to bet against them here. Milwaukee Bucks have been a massively overrated team, and my numbers are very, very low on them. So maybe this is my one play of the game. Give me the Bulls. And my one play of the day. Give me the Bulls. I'm going to go with +9, and I'm going to go with +315. I'm just going to continue betting against the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's been very profitable for me. So Bulls for me. As much as I don't like betting this Bulls team, Bulls.
Yeah, I don't like betting the Bulls either, but I'm on them today. It's the only play I like. And you look at Milwaukee, 1-7-1 against the spread. Their only cover was to the Miami Heat, and they got it by the hook. And then they pushed against the Knicks, which in theory should have been a loser as well. So they should be 1-8 against the spread. Because I know I bet that game against the Knicks. I had Milwaukee, and they did not cover for me. So I look at this game. I'm on the Bulls. I got them at 8.5, and it's the only play I have in the NBA today, Nick.
Yeah, I got 9 with them, so I like the look.
Bloody Money was the best of them. We had bars. I have no clue what you're talking about, dude. Bucks are so good. Give me the Bulls +9.
The Bucks are so good.
Would be nice to think Bulls have a chance. I think they at least cover. So.
Yeah, they cover. I put a 0.2 unit bet on the money line as well.
Oh, that Wizards game is going over back to back. Tired Wizards team. They already play no defense. The thing is, would it be crazy if we came back? You know what? If you like that, here's my recommendation to you, Mel. Raptors team total over.
Yep.
I would not take the regular over because I feel like the Raptors on a second leg of a back-to-back can come out slow, and this game could very well easily be, 120-96. Would you be surprised if that happened? I wouldn't. So I would look towards a team total over for the Wizards game, not the actual over itself. That's just my opinion, though. Bucks team total over and heavy leaning towards Bucks first half. Can't do it. They can't cover. They don't. New team problems. I'll take the Islanders. I'm not going to be on them. And real quick for reasoning on that.
They have fired their head coach.
Fired their head coach. So that was my kind of thinking. That's kind of why I was thinking like Raiders against the Giants. I just didn't bet it 2 weeks ago. But whenever a coach gets fired, you back the team the next game.
Can we stop firing coaches right before they have to play my team? Like, this is not cool.
I know, right? Also, a good play, Tim. Raptors team total over. I just think that would be a little bit better than a full game over in the Wizards game. So. This one should be interesting. I have a lean, but I ultimately just didn't get to this one.
Yeah, it's the only competitive spread of the night in the NBA. The Cavaliers are 2.5-point favorites, total of 221 in this game. Let's get into it here. As we have this line opened up at -3, it's down to a 2.5. So the line has moved towards the Kings in this spot here. Line opened up at a 224. It's down to a 221, so it's moved towards the under in this spot here. We have 50% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is on the Cavaliers, yet this line's moved down towards the Kings. 36% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the under. My line for this game is Sacramento -1.5. So actually, this may be another spot I get to in this game. I like the Kings a little bit in this spot. The line is moving towards them, even though the bigger bets are coming in on Cleveland. And I feel like the Kings have been very difficult to trust this year, but they are coming in off of back-to-back wins. Maybe they figured it out. They did play Oklahoma City last game, so that was actually a decent win for them. And then they played Portland the game before. Maybe I'm just a believer in this Kings team. but I'm going to grab them here. I want to grab them plus 2.5 and plus 120. Am I stupid to want to do that?
You're not stupid for that. Other reasons maybe. I do kind of lean towards the Kings. I still think this Cavaliers team is going to be good this year. They just have not been good off the rip. Neither really has the Kings. They're kind of off to a slow start as well, 4-4. But they've gotten 2 wins in a row after they had 2 rough games against a very hot Houston Rockets team, and then they lost to Golden State by 1. So it's not like it's a bad losses before their 2 last wins, but I'm kind of lean Kings. I want to see them prove a little bit more before I put a bunch of money on them. So for today, it's only going to be the Bulls for me in the NBA.
Fair enough.
Back to the chat. Morning. VMI plus 22.5. Nick, do you still have your Google slides up for that?
Yep. You said VMI at 22.5. There's about 2.18 points of value on the dog.
There you go. Kings. I kind of like the Kings. Is D-Fox back? I'm not 100% sure. I think. I'm not 100% sure. VMI is on your card. Get it. The Duquesne Dukes. I think it was a lean towards them, but we didn't get to it. Siena we're on.
No, it's a 1 point. It's a 1 point lean towards Stony Brook.
Oh, sorry. They're playing Stony Brook today. So no to the Dukes, yes to Siena. Fox not expected back till late November. There you go. Oh yeah, that's right. And then Mel is asking Missouri State. Obviously, Mel did not watch my free pick video last night when I gave out Earle Roberts. So there you go. I like Earle Roberts in that game.
We're on Earle.
Under lean on Cavs. That's fair. I kind of, I guess I would lean that way. That is all for today. We'll quickly do some housekeeping. All the logos on top of Nick's head. That's where you can find us. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you guys are following all of those. And if you guys are interested in becoming a member, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. We put out all the cards. The 3 college basketball plays that we put on the site. So Siena and 2 others that are up on the site are already posted there. So if you guys are interested in all that stuff, boom. Recap for today. I know I'm taking the chalk, but I'm on the Oilers and the Avs, both on the puck line, under in Monday Night Football, and I'm on the Bulls. Nick?
Yeah, I am on the both overs in the NHL. I'm on the Islanders team total over, full game over, and the Kraken team total over, full game over. So I'm on both dogs team totals. I can see both favorites winning tonight, but I see both dogs scoring 3 goals. I am on the Chicago Bulls plus the points and the money line, and I'm on the Kings plus the points and the money line, and I'm on the Bills and the under for NFL. So that is all for me.
There you go. A couple more chats, and we'll head out. UC Barbara plus 3.
And under UC Santa Barbara, we have them. We have that game at 2. So we see value on UC Santa Barbara.
Okay. Villanova.
We have that game at a Villanova. We have that game at a 10.5. It's 11. We see a half-point value towards the home team of Penn.
There you go. He's on Villy. Cavaliers beat Golden State. And Golden State beat Kings. Cavs minus 2.5. That doesn't really work that way, but okay. Those are college basketball. I'm looking at Arizona team total, Arkansas, and Houston team total. Not too good at college. Hey, good luck to you. Video on Earle. Yes, it was a video on Earle. I probably won't play if you gotta buy points. Yeah, if you gotta buy points, don't play it. But that's gonna do it for this edition. We'll be back tomorrow. And where's the button? Where did it go? Right here. Bye bye.